Something like that in the light. What's up, YouTube? Son of Source here, and I wanted to jump on here and tell you something and talk to you today about something. And that the something is we're created by God, right? So I believe that in that creation by God, then for us to be created by God, then we must be God's individual thoughts. So each one of us is God's individual thought. So whatever job career you have, whatever you feel like you've been doing in this life, whatever it is, you're God's individual thought. We're part of one mind, but we're here to have different experiences. We're here to have those experiences, individual experience. So a lot of times, we, of course, for our whole lives, most of us, we've been taught that everything is on the outside and you have to work from the outside in, and then now you have to realize that it starts with the inside out. If you start on the inside, then it will work its way out. And the reason why I say we're God's individual thoughts, because you are unique to yourself. You're unique. The way you think, the way you dress, the way you act, the way you talk. Yeah, certain areas, certain things, certain cultures that we belong to, that we adapt certain things, but all have our own individuality. We dress different every day. Now you may have a twin or something, y'all dress the same, those kind of things, but you still have your individuality. You're still an individual thought of God. So whatever it is that you want to do, go out and do it. If you have a thought of, man, what would it be like to be this? Or what would it be like to do this? Go do it, because that individual thought of yours is also sanctioned by God, because you're an individual thought of God, right? So when you're thinking of these things, when these things come to you, it's a reason. Now, if you have a thought and it makes you feel bad, that's going to put you in bondage. That's going to put you in separation. That's going to make you feel like you're separated from your true source, from your true purpose, from who you truly are. When you have a good thought, things that make you feel good, things that you work toward, things that make you say, man, you know what? I'm enjoying life. I'm crushing life. I'm killing it. I'm loving it. Those are the things that you want to move toward. And that individual thought of God is you. It's you. And we have so many different programs every day that's teaching us and showing us what we need to eat, how we need to dress, what we need to think, what places we need to go, where we need to shop, how we need to shop, what money we need to spend. All of these things that are telling and trying to dictate who we are and trying to suppress what our real power is and what our true meaning is and what our true purpose is on this earth. We have so many commercials, so many things that try to pull us away from our true purpose, try to pull us away from ourselves. Our bodies work like an antenna. It works like an antenna. So if you feel like you're healing and you're walking and you're drinking water and eating fruits and vegetables and you feel great, that means that you're able to receive these good transmissions, these good feelings, this good information that may be coming in. So you want to be able to receive that. If you feel sluggish, stressed, down, frustrated, all of those things are going to make you understand that, wait a minute, maybe I'm off. Maybe something's out of balance. Maybe my thought process, maybe my thought patterns are out of balance because I feel stressed, I feel upset, I feel sad. Even with all the stuff that's going on right now, if you're pulled into that duality, you're going to be upset, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be mad, and you're not even going to know why. Some people you're gonna feel up one day or one moment, and then you're gonna feel down the next. You're gonna feel stressed. You're gonna feel upset. And when you start doing that, when you start feeling that, think about what you're thinking. And if you're thinking about stressful and negative things, if you think about what's going on today, or think about what's going on with the pandemic, or this fire, this flood, or whatever it is, you think about a stressful time, and you feel negativity. You have to change that thought pattern. You have to change that thought process. Think about movies. People write movies to evoke emotion. When you're watching a movie and you start crying from that movie, that means that that writer has sparked that emotion in you. And that emotion is going to make you feel a certain type of way. So at that moment, so that for that hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 45 minutes, that writer has your attention. So that writer has you captive. So in that captivity, you're understanding what's going on in that plot, and you're feeling those emotions from that. But then also, if you feel those emotions from that and you cry, then that also can change your vibration because that's changing your mood of who you are. So if that changes your mood, then guess what? They have control over your emotions at that time. And we do this subconsciously. We don't even know that we're watching certain things, that we're, especially commercials, that we'll watch a commercial and then before you know, oh man, I want this hamburger, I want this sandwich, or French fries, I want this, I want that. And those things are kind of given to us or suggested to us, because it's easily programmed in there. The more you see it over and over and over, we learn through repetition. So the more you see it over and over and over, guess what you're going to do? You're going to want it. And if you tried it, if you tasted it, and you know how good it is, and you see a picture of it, it's going to remind you, I'm still here. And guess what you're going to want? You're going to want that burger. You're going to want that fries. You're going to want that. Same thing with everything. So think about this. Think about things that you want in life. Think about the things that make you feel extremely happy, things that make you feel great, things that make you feel like you're free. Think about those things and focus on those things. And when you're focusing on that, focus that throughout the day and believe that you're in it. Like say, if you love spending time with your family, like say on the weekends, you love spending time with your family, y'all go out and do things. Envision you all doing those things also on the weekdays too, and envision you having enough finance. You're not worried about money or whatever it is that may hinder you or keep you from doing the things that you love to do because you are individual thought of God. And if you're not living up to your true abilities, if you're not living up to your true self, then you're wasting God's thought. And how do you live up to your true ability? How do you live up to your true self? How do you live up to that? The way you live up to it is knowing who you are. And a lot of times we don't understand who we are. So we let people dictate and let people tell us who we are, whether it be commercials, whether it be family, friends, whether it be job, titles, whatever it is, that title, that family member, those friends, whatever it is, they may tell you who they perceive you to be. And then you've been running with that your whole life. Your whole life, you've been on that same thing over and over and over and over and over, and to where you believe it now. And then you get to an instance to where everything that leads up to what you've been thinking you are, and you live in it, but you feel stressed, you feel upset, you feel sad, you feel like, man, why am I doing this? The reason why you're doing it is because you've been living up to everybody else's expectation. You've been living up to what everybody else says they feel you are, and you haven't been living up to who you really are. So when you actually find out who you really are and start working on who you really are, that's when you find your true happiness. And when you start living in your true happiness, you start understanding that individual thought of God, which is only blessings, grace, and love for you. When you start feeling that and start seeing that, then you realize that for yourself. When you heal yourself from any damaged thoughts, any negative or any stressful things, any lack or less than thinking that you've been taught in your whole life, you start changing that program into more of a program of prosperous, more of a program of understanding, of wisdom, of knowledge, of love, of more of a program of love, because we've been on this program of people controlling us, having a lesson like that, saying that we're not good enough, telling us that we're not divine, telling us that everything's on the outside of us. All of these programs are keeping us away from who we truly are, and it's a reason for that, because we are individual thoughts of God. Think about how powerful that is. Think about how powerful that is. You're an individual thought of God. That means that you're special. Whatever it is that you don't like about yourself, God loves about yourself. He loves about you. He put that in you. So whatever it is you don't like, he loves. So when you start loving that as well, if you want to change it, then you start thinking about the things that you want to change it to something positive, something that you love to do. That's how you change it, but you change it in a positive way. You change it by loving it, not by hating it, not by cutting it off or altering it. You change it by loving it. And in turn, you will learn to love yourself more and learn to love others more, learn to love other things more. Because we walk by things, God's creation, all the time. And God's creations are all individual thoughts of God. So now when I talk to my people, I call them thoughts. Hello, thoughts of God. Hello, thoughts. Because that's what they are. They're individual thoughts of God. And they're representing themselves on the best way they feel that they know how. And a lot of times we don't understand how we can best represent Him. The way you best represent Him is being happy and truly walking your faith, walking your love, walking your grace. And your grace is things that make you feel happy and good. And people say, well, I love to drink. Uh, but okay, so if you drink continually, is that going to make you feel good over a long period of time? Yeah, probably not. Probably not. In the beginning, yeah, you feel great. But over a long period of time, it's not. Eventually, it's a false way of masking certain problems, certain issues. And those same issues, same problems are going to come up until you deal with them. Once you deal with them, then you can move forward. You can grow from it. So just know your individual thought of God. So if you're in a relationship and people are not valuing you, just know that you're individual thought of God. And God thinks the world of you. He loves everything about you. And people say, well, if they're sinners and they're this, they're that. Okay. So sin means to miss the mark. That means that you miss that mark at that time. So that means that you live to fight another day. So you continue to work toward making it right. You continue to move toward doing things that make you feel good. Stay away from the things that make you feel bad. Stay away from the things that put you into bondage. Stay away from the things that tell you you're less than, that you don't have a voice, that you don't have a meaning, that your life isn't what God wants it to be. If whatever it is in that present moment, you have created this in your life. And if you want to change it, you look within and change it. Look within yourself. It starts inside you. The kingdom of heaven is inside you. So the way you create heaven on this earth is start thinking about things that you want. How would heaven look to you? How would heaven feel to you? What would you have in this heaven? Where would this love and this light lead you? If you had all the money in the world, if you had all the resources, all the family, what would you do? Start doing and thinking about those things. And those things are going to pull you through any tough time, any stressful time that you're having right now. Anything that may be going on in your life that's telling you that you're less than what God's thought is. Because God's thought is you're beautiful. He loves you. You're great. He has created you through his own mind. And you're all part of that one mind process. So use your mind, but use it in a way to where it empowers you, it strengthens you. Don't use your mind to tell you that you're less than. Don't use your mind to put you in a mental cage. Don't use your mind to be controlled and be molded into something where they want you to be a worker bee or just somebody that just goes and don't have a voice. Only thing you are is just a number. They can just collect taxes from you and you just walk and they say, oh, well, you're this, you need to go here, you need to go there. And then you just walk and go do it. No, you're an individual thought of God. Be true to your family, be true to your feelings, be true to your emotions. And when you're true to your emotions, then guess what? You're being true to your spiritual family. And that spiritual family loves you unconditionally. That spiritual family can always see you too. You can't hide from that spiritual family. That spiritual family is always there. We're always watching. And we love you. Stop judging yourself and beating yourself up so much to where you hold yourself back from possibilities. You hold yourself back from actually truly loving yourself. We've been taught not to love ourselves. We've been taught to love other things that don't have any value, things that don't have any meaning. Now it's time to be blessed with the things that we know is true. And your spirit is telling you, one, that God is inside you. You're an individual thought of him. So start using your thought process. Start using your thinking to create the world that you want to live in. Start creating life and love in your world for your family. It's not outside, it's inside you. The more you believe in yourself, the more you believe that God's individual thought is you. It's actually you. And it's not somebody that you've been paying money to. It's not somebody that you look up to. It's you. It's you. And all the things that you've been going through and all the frustrations, it's you. You're God's thought. That's why they spend so many billions and trillions of dollars to try to control you. They spend so many billions and trillions of dollars to try to stop you from moving forward. They spend so much money. So if you didn't matter, if you don't have a voice, If you don't amount to nothing, then why would they spend so much money to control your mind, to control your thinking, to control your actions, to keep you from being close to each other? And when people say social distancing, how can you be social and distance at the same time? That that's not possible. But yet we say things and we listen to these things and we go right along with it. We talk social distance, social. How can you be social and distance at the same time? So are you distant? Are you social? Which one are you? But yet we follow along and go and just cattle. And then we fuss and judge other people for having their own individual mind, for having their own thoughts. Conspiracy theory. They label conspiracy theory, all that stuff. That's a CIA made up term. They made up that term to keep you from listening to the truth, you know. But remember, you are individual thoughts. You are so people are invoking emotion in you. And if it's invoking negative and stress, yeah, a lot of these things that are going on are making you angry right now. It's making you frustrated right now. You know, it's making you want to stand up and you want to fight, you know? So whatever you feel in your heart that is good, that's pushing you to do, if it's stand up for injustice, and you go stand up for injustice. That's what you go do. If it's something telling you to go meditate, get one with yourself, get one with nature, drink more water, eat more fruits and vegetables, raise your vibration, do that. Do that. Because that's your inner guidance, that's your inner system telling you this is what I need to do to move forward. I need to vibrate higher so I can help other people flow as clean as possible and grow as strong as I can. Because I want to have the best life I can. We all do. We want to have the best life for our families. We all want to experience things that we want to experience in our lives, but we don't think about the things that's going to actually get us there. The things that's going to actually get us there is that thoughts, feeling, and emotion. Knowing that you're God's individual thought, knowing that you're worthy of everything, knowing that you have an inheritance. This inheritance and life of abundance of everything. We have resources all over, and it's infinite. You're not going to lose it. People say you're going to lose your talent. No, you're not going to lose your talent. You're not going to lose it. It's right there. You got it. You just have to believe that you have it. You believe that you lost it, so believe that you have it. Believe that you're going to keep it. Stay in love. Know that you're an individual thought. I love you guys' thoughts, and I want you to have a blessed and prosperous day. Today, people are going to give you money just out of the blue. All day, people are going to be giving me money. They're going to be paying me for my time for sure. But they're just going to give me money. I'm going to get checks all day today, and that's what you're going to get. Know that you're God's individual thoughts. Know that you're worthy. Know that you're blessed. I love you. I want you to have a great day today. Son of Source.